What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about Team USA, breaking down their roster, talking about who should be the starting five in this team, on this team, who should come off the bench, and who's probably not going to play a whole lot. But guys that I actually do like, and maybe depending on the matchup, could see some pretty significant minutes. Our main focus today is going to be on that starting five. Obviously, there's been reports that LeBron James is not coming off the bench. I believe there's certain other people that aren't going to be coming off the bench as well. But we're going to be breaking that all down in this video today, talking about each and every player on Team USA. The first guy I want to talk about here is Bam Adebayo. Made Team USA, is a super versatile defender. I just don't know when I'm looking at Bam where he necessarily fits in this rotation. You know, he's, in my opinion, the 12th, 11th man in this rotation. Not to say he can't play, because I think there are some matchups in which Bam can be extremely valuable. One of the best defensive players on the team and in the NBA. I just don't see him making, you know, that first or second best lineup, but I do think Bam could be valuable in certain matchups. The next player I do want to go over and cover here is Tyrese Haliburton. You guys can see there is a pretty great shooter, a great playmaker. And you know what? If Team USA ever needs a spark, needs a player to just come give them a big time spark off the bench, Haliburton could be that guy. A great playmaker, again, can put pace into the game. I just don't, again, see him being in that first or second rotation. I have him right now as our 11th man for Team USA, but he is a young star that is definitely coming into his own. At the backup point guard position, a guy that I could see having an extended role late in games in crunch time is Jrue Holiday. Because if you look at the Olympics, how many guys take the defensive responsibility that Jrue Holiday can at times? I think it's a limited sample size of players that can do that, or a limited number of players that can do that. So don't be surprised if Jrue Holiday closes games over a guy like Jason Tatum, over a guy like Anthony Edwards, even Steph Curry. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Jrue Holiday, the guy to shut other teams' best player off. He is going to do that and have a big time role in the Olympics. I don't even feel right putting him in the bench unit, but I definitely like the fact that he's on Team USA. I actually had Devin Booker as the starting shooting guard up until about a few months ago. And the Timberwolves ended up beating the Suns, sweeping them in 4 games. I think that's why D-Book has to be moved to the bench, but is an absolute bucket getter and just another guy. Like, Team USA is absolutely loaded. Devin Booker's another guy that can take over games given the opportunity. And look, Devin Booker if he gets hot in a game or two, don't be surprised if he really plays more minutes than a guy like Anthony Edwards. Definitely could see it happening. Devin Booker, a good scorer, good playmaker. Another guy I think is going to have a big time bench role is Kawhi Leonard. I think he's a perfect fit alongside a lot of other great players, because look, Kawhi's going to be great defensively, can be that second, third, fourth option at times on the court, going to knock down shots. And again, defensively, similar to Jrue Holiday, could see an expanded role, could close out some games. Backup power forward position, I have Kevin Durant in here slated. Now look, he is dealing with a small injury. Team USA is being pretty careful with that, so don't be surprised if Kevin Durant is limited a little bit in this, if it does, you know, get aggravated, anything like that. But an absolute scoring menace, like can score at all 3 levels, one of the greatest scorers of all time. The one thing with Team USA though is they don't lack scoring. So again, it's one of those things, where will Kevin Durant fit? I'm not exactly sure, but he's gonna get his. I have no doubt about that. At the backup big man position, I've got Anthony Davis in here. I wouldn't be surprised, again, if Anthony Davis, you know, started alongside maybe even Joel Embiid, something like that. I just think Anthony Davis is so good, and I feel like this is the type of setting which he is going to excel in. He doesn't need to score a bunch of points. He's going to get a lot of dunks, a lot of lob dunks, and defensively, he is going to be an absolute menace. Anthony Davis, big time player, and he's going to play quite a bit, I have a feeling, in the Olympics. At the starting point guard position for Team USA, this one to me, I have as a no-brainer. I don't think there's a better guy to start your Team USA squad with at the point guard position than Steph Curry. His shooting ability is on display every time he steps on the court. The greatest shooter of all time. I know he's maybe aging, but there is really a no-brainer to me. Steph Curry, the starting point guard, should be for Team USA. Now at the 2, guys, I've got Anthony Edwards. I think the role he's going to have to play on this Team USA team is going to be way different than the role he played last year, just with the extra talent that Team USA is going to have in the Olympics this season or this year. The thing for Ant-Man, he's a great on-ball defender, and that's the main role I think he needs to play on Team USA. There's a lot of other guys that offensively can pick up the slack for him. For me, he needs to be that great on-ball defender, and I think the win over the Suns this playoffs really secured Anthony Edwards' spot as that 2 guard for Team USA. At the small forward position, is there ever going to be a question? King James, LeBron James, Team USA starting small forward. It's been noted on Twitter. I see it all over the reports that LeBron James not expected to come off the bench. And why would you have King James come off the bench? To this day, still one of the best players in the NBA. And I think I saw something today about how Steve Kerr was impressed with how hard LeBron James is still practicing for the Olympics. So again, for me, it's kind of a no-brainer. King James, your starting small forward for Team USA. Now, I think for me, the power forward position was one that was up in the air. KD does have a slight injury to his calf, and so for me, that really gave the edge to Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum coming off an NBA championship, I think he would be the starting power forward, small forward, alternate him with LeBron James anyways. But he's came into his own. Do I think, he's a top 5 player in the NBA? Not necessarily. But I think in this type of Team USA setting, Jason Tatum is going to excel. Defensively, obviously going to be a good 2-way player. Offensively, again, knock down shots, make that occasional play for others. Jason Tatum is going to fill this role at that power forward position. At the starting center position, guys, I gotta give it to Joel Embiid. Wasn't confirmed to be playing Team USA until this year, pretty recently. People have their, feelings about that, and I look, Team USA will take Joel Embiid, one of the most dominant big men in today's game, can take over games as well. There's going to be certain games they won't have an answer. The other opposing teams won't have an answer for Joel Embiid on either end of the court. Just gotta hope he's healthy and can stay healthy for Team USA to have this dominant stretch in the Olympics. To me, it's going to be very interesting to see how the minutes are divided. I mean, again, you have so much talent from top to bottom. Even like a Drew Holiday, how does he fit in with a guy like Steph Curry? But again, I think it's weird because you got this young group of guys like the Anthony Edwards of the world, like the Tyrese Haliburton. Then you got the veterans. You got LeBron James, Steph Curry. So how do they mesh? How do they come together? And who sees more minutes, I think, is going to be a super interesting development. But you guys can let me know your thoughts on Team USA down below in the comments. Who do you guys think is going to play more or less than I anticipate? Do you guys see Bam playing more, getting playing time? What about a guy like Tyrese Haliburton? For me, those are the 2 guys that I'm not quite sure about. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.